In a world that is repetitive, monotone, and mundane, one phone dares to go where very few before have. It attempts to cross the line only far too few have dwelt. Against all odds, it rises up from darkness to light. So by now we're accustomed to phones of all kinds. In the iOS world, iPhones with their hardware refreshes every 2 years, and the minor software S update in the middle. And in the Android world, year over year, they're pushing the chipsets, they're pushing the graphics, pushing the bezels, a few changes here and there, and a few companies that kind of go above and beyond of the regular improvements year over year. However, it's not often that a phone comes along that really impresses me or intrigues me in terms of its feature set and the capabilities that it offers. We've kind of reached this point of diminishing returns, and the phones have just become somewhat stagnant year over year, kind of like we've hit the ceiling. What is up, guys? My name is Tausif Hussain, and today we're talking about the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Okay, so let's first talk about the design. With new features comes a new design as well. The design on this phone is very reminiscent of a Samsung device. The way the glass curves with the thin metal sides, the entire experience shouts quality. The color I have here is the twilight color, which is quite magnificent, and I love this color because it just gives such a unique experience from several different angles. And the red button really adds a nice touch to the overall design. The screen is also quite a joy to look at, sporting a 3120 by 1440p resolution packed inside a 6.39-inch bezel-less display. Something that I noticed is that the speakers are also now embedded inside the USB-C housing, which I'm not sure why they did that, but I would guess maybe for space-saving reasons or waterproofing. In terms of design, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro is actually quite a departure from the regular phones out in the market. I've had friends that kind of rule either way. Some friends absolutely love the design. They think it's unique, it's different, it's something that catches people's attention and starts up a conversation. Whereas I've had other people also say that it kind of looks like spider eyes. Also, if you haven't found this picture floating around, check it out. It's hilarious. I saw this skin on Twitter and I reached out to Slick Wraps right away to see if they could hook me up with a skin for this device, and they did, and this is the best. Honestly, if you have this phone, this is the skin that you have to rock. Like it's a must. It's a must. Okay, now let's talk about features. In terms of features, one of the standout features of this device is the in-screen fingerprint sensor, which still kind of surprises me every time I use it. It's one of those features that really makes me feel like we're living in the future. And although I really appreciate the feature, it's kind of a mixed bag. I really like having the feature, don't get me wrong. Like when the phone is on the table, I absolutely missed the ability to just unlock it with just putting your finger on your phone, rather than nowadays with all these face unlock phones where I have to kind of pick up the phone and position it in front of my face and swipe up, right? It's a little more of a hassle. However, it's a little bit tough because the fingerprint sensor is actually in a small surface area inside the screen, and you kind of have to position your thumb or your finger right at that exact location for it to unlock. And I found myself missing quite a few times, initially at least, before I got used to the phone. But the good thing about this phone is that it also has face unlock and other ways to unlock your phone, so you're not stuck just leaving it to the fingerprint sensor. And I must say the face unlock on this phone is actually really good. It's really snappy. It's actually, in my opinion, faster than the iPhone X. And last but not least, probably my favorite feature on this phone. I don't know how useful it is, but in terms of party tricks, this one is right up there and it's super cool. It's the reverse wireless charging. With one of the largest battery sizes in a smartphone, weighing in at about 4200 milliamps, this phone can actually wirelessly charge other Qi-enabled devices. Since the advent of the smartphone, cameras have become an integral piece of the smartphone makeup, and the Mate 20 Pro does not disappoint. I actually think it makes more sense than their previous flagship device, the P20 Pro, which by the way I also did a review on, so you should find something pop up at the top right corner of your screen in case you're interested. Try to click it. Just click it. Now the Mate 20 Pro actually comes with a 40 megapixel regular lens, an 8 megapixel 3x optical zoom lens, and a 20 megapixel super wide angle lens, which also doubles as a macro lens. Now this is actually, in my opinion, much more useful than the camera assortment on the P20 Pro. And last but not least, in terms of the different camera features that it has, it also covers the same suite that was offered in the P20 Pro lineup, and it does them all equally as well. So overall my impressions of this phone have been quite positive. I actually really like the phone. I think it is a good contender for somebody that is looking for something that shakes up the market, that's different. It's not your regular Joe. It has a bunch of extra features. So if you're looking for some of the features that I mentioned, such as the reverse wireless charging where you can charge other Qi-enabled devices, the in-screen fingerprint sensor and the face unlock, both in combination, the wireless casting to a computer so you can use it as a desktop, then I think this is a good phone. It looks great to me, in my opinion. So overall, it gets my point of approval. I give it a thumbs up. That being said, thank you so much for joining me. If you found this video beneficial to you, then make sure you guys go ahead and crush that like button. If you like content around tech, gadgets, filmmaking tips and tricks, and lifestyle, then make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And as usual, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Hey, are you running out of battery on your phone? I mean, small batteries, you know, I get it. Let me grab your phone, I'll throw it in my pants and power it right back up for you. Boom! Phone comes along that really... However, it's not often... However, it's... Are you being serious? I just turned on Do Not Disturb mode.